Hello and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're traveling with a kind of new railway operator. We're going from Munich or Augsburg and Treuchtlingen to Würzburg. Here on the map you can see our route today. We're starting actually in Munich, but the train was so crowded that I couldn't make any videos in the first part, so we will later on have a jump. But we are starting in Munich main station. Here we can see the train. And you can see that the company is Go Ahead, but actually now this company is called Arverio. When I was traveling back in April it was still Go Ahead, but nowadays it's called Arverio. Here we can see the interior of the train, which is pretty good, very comfortable soft seats, softer than in the class 628 for example. We have tables, power sockets, so everything you need is available. Here we have the jump. We are now already leaving Augsburg, which was due to the train being very crowded in Munich, so I couldn't film anything. Now we're going from Augsburg to Treuchtlingen, and there we're changing for yet another Siemens Mireo of Go Ahead, or now Arverio. Then we're going to Würzburg. So why does the company change the name? Well, that was because the mother company of Go Ahead was sold to new investors, and therefore the German part of Go Ahead was sold to the ÖBB, the Austrian Railways, and they gave it the new name Arverio, which is named after the Celtic god of ways. His name is Arvernus, and from this name they took the name Arverio. I personally preferred the old name. Go Ahead was quite easy to say, easy to remember. Arverio, in my opinion, is a bit of a difficult name. Also, it reminds me of the name Abellio. When there were some announcements made, I always understood Abellio. So as Abellio is ceasing operations and will not come back, there will be no mix-up between the names. Also, they are not operating in the same area of Germany anymore, but still Arverio, Abellio is quite similar, and I think Arverio is a quite hard to pronounce word, whilst Go Ahead was a bit more easygoing in my opinion. But still, it's just a changed name, everything else stays the same, the livery stays the same. We still have those blue trains with the white arrows that always remind me a bit of Amazon. And meanwhile we have also changed trains in Treuchtlingen to the third and last Siemens Mireo. I stopped in Augsburg because I was visiting a friend who has a cafe, Mac Africa, and then I continued with the second Mireo, and in Treuchtlingen I changed for the third Mireo. Here we are reaching the most important stop between Treuchtlingen and Würzburg, which is Ansbach, where you have connections on to Nuremberg and Stuttgart for example. And then we continued on to Würzburg. We have seen this railway line in multiple videos. There even have been English videos about this railway line, so I will not talk about this railway line too much. I was more talking about Go Ahead, or now Arverio, and the change of the names. Arverio in Bavaria is also using the D0HC on these routes, but on the route from Treuchtlingen to Würzburg it's almost always the Mireo and not the D0HC that is used. But that doesn't make that much of a difference because both trains have more or less the same interior. They are very comfortable, they have very good seats, and they have power sockets, tables and everything else you can imagine, you can think of. And this is a huge improvement to the former operator, Deutsche Bahn. They were using the Coradia Continental, which was okay, but also the class 425, which is more like an S-Bahn train, but not a train which you should use on a long distance regional trains, because they have very uncomfortable seats and no features at all. So this is a very big improvement. Reliability is and was not perfect, but they are still working on that. And now it's time to listen to the sound of the Siemens Mireo of Averio, Bavaria.
Nächster Halt, Winterhausen. Ausstieg auf der rechten Seite.
We are now on the last bits of the line, reaching the newest railway station of that line, only opened with the changes of schedules in 2023. This is the station Würzburg Heidingsfeld East. There we had to wait for a bit, unplanned of course, because there were people on the tracks and the track was closed, and a few travelers were changing for the tram, but that would have taken quite long, so I decided to stay on the train, hope for the best, and actually we continued after a few minutes. Then it was just a stop at Würzburg South, and then we reached the main station of Würzburg, which is the final stop of the train and also the station where I obviously left the train. And in my opinion, these are really nice trains and I really enjoy traveling with them. As always, doesn't make a difference if they are called Arverio or Go Ahead, still the same train. And I do really like those trains, even though many people do not like them. I really enjoy traveling with them. And that's it for this video. I hope it was interesting for you. Here you can see the name of the song. And when my next video will be uploaded, as always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to comment, like or share the video link. And if you want to see more train or travel videos, make sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video then.